The Great Extinction event that should have ended the Cretaceous period never came. The asteroid, a cosmic bullet aimed at the fledgling world, missed its mark, and so the reign of the dinosaurs never ended. The Cenozoic era, as we know it, became instead a new epoch, a shared world where a clever, tool-wielding primate species rose to stand alongside the living legends of the Mesozoic. The age of mammals was not a triumphant takeover, but a delicate, painstaking coevolution. The vertical world, a new urban design. Humanity's cities did not sprawl across the land. The ground was not a domain to be paved and tamed, but a shared ecosystem too dangerous to occupy fully. Instead, civilization rose into the sky. Cities became towering, vertical marvels, self-contained and interconnected ecosystems built in the shadows of the immense biological infrastructure that domesticated the landscape below. The ground level of any major metropolis was a realm of fortified blast doors and reinforced walls, a fortress against the untamed wilderness that began at the urban perimeter. This ground zone was often a desolate and dangerous place, inhabited by the desperate and defiant. It was a space for heavy industry, waste processing, and the fortified entrances to the subterranean transit systems. Above, on the mid-levels, were the commercial districts and communal spaces, bustling with activity and shielded by energy fields and high tensile netting. But true safety and luxury belonged to the sky levels, the highest echelons of society, where residential spires and exclusive gardens offered a serene, panoramic view of the world below. Pedestrian life existed on a network of aerolanes and sky bridges, elevated walkways that crisscrossed between skyscrapers, allowing safe passage high above the streets. The streets themselves were the sole domain of the great beasts. Lumbering triceratops and immense brachiosaurus served as living roadblocks and cargo movers, their slow, deliberate pace setting the rhythm of the city's ground-level traffic. Smaller, faster dino carriages, pulled by domesticated Princesaurus, offered a more agile, albeit more expensive, form of transportation. The city's very existence was a testament to both technological prowess and biological adaptation. Sanitation was handled by squads of genetically engineered Deinonychus, their instinctual hunting prowess repurposed to patrol for vermin and scavenge. The air was a constant swirl of sound and motion, with sleek sky taxis weaving through the airspace shared with native avians and soaring pterodons, their calls as common a sound as a car horn in a bygone age. The symbiotic dance, technology and survival. The human technological revolution was driven not by convenience, but by necessity. Every invention, every advancement, was first and foremost a tool for survival. Architecture was not about aesthetics, but about fortress-like integrity. Building codes required that every structure be capable of withstanding the territorial rage of a Gigantosaurus or the brute force of an Ankylosaurus. Security systems were not designed to deter thieves, but to identify and repel hungry predators. Biometric scanners and motion sensors were a line of defense against the razor-sharp senses of a velociraptor or the curious nose of a hunting Allosaurus. Bioengineering was not a luxury, but a cornerstone of science. Scientists were not just studying genetics, but were manipulating it to create docile, domesticated species to aid in agriculture and labor, while also developing powerful defense measures and tranquilizing agents. The relationship was not always one of conflict. Domestication was as vital as defense. In countless homes and settlements, smaller dinosaurs filled the roles of pets and companions. The rhythmic headbutting of a domesticated Pachycephalosaurus in a rooftop enclosure, or the gentle chittering of a house-trained Microraptor on a child's shoulders were familiar signs of a species that had found its place in a world of giants. Agriculture was fundamentally different, with enormous fortified farms where genetically altered sauropods were bred for their size and docility. Their massive bodies used to till vast fields, and their unique digestive system to produce biofuel. The undisputed wildlands. Beyond the fortified cities of the agricultural domes, the world was a breathtakingly different place. The vast plains of North America were a tapestry of life and death, where thunderous herds of Apatosaurus roamed, and the swift predators that stalked them were not wolves, but powerful, pack-hunting T-Rex variants. The streaming jungles of the Amazon were a primeval labyrinth where the true titans lived. The immense Argentinosaurus moved like a living mountain, and the forest floor was ruled by the venomous Gigantosaurus. In these wildlands, humanity was not the apex predator. Humans were just another species in the food chain, albeit a very clever one, forced to respect the raw, untamable power of the dinosaurs. They existed on the fringes, in fortified outposts and research stations, constantly in awe of and in danger from the dominant life forms. Travel between cities required armored convoys and airships, with predetermined flight paths and grounded routes carefully monitored for the migrating herds and territorial predators. The oceans, too, were a terrifying domain where massive Mosasaurus and intelligent Elasmosaurus ruled the waves, making transoceanic shipping a high-risk, high-reward endeavor. The polar regions, once thought of as a barren wasteland, were instead vibrant ecosystems. Flocks of cold-adapted pterosaurs with thick, downy coats soared above the ice, while packs of furred dromaeosaurs hunted seals and other marine life on the tundra. Humanity's presence here was minimal, limited to small, highly specialized research outposts built into the sides of the glacial cliffs. A culture forged in scales and stone. This shared history fundamentally shaped every aspect of human culture and spirituality. Mythology was rich with soaring deities and demigods. The towering Brachiosaurus was seen as a gentle, earthbound god, its neck a bridge between the world of men and the heavens. The Tyrannosaurus rex, a creature of fearsome power and undeniable majesty, was a symbol of kingship and destruction, its image emblazoned on nations' flags and ancient crests. Art was a direct reflection of this coexistence. Sculptors crafted intricate pieces depicting the great hunts, and painters captured the terrifying beauty of a flock of Quetzalcoatlus, blotting out the sun. Paleontology, once the study of dead bones, was now the most important field of biology, a dynamic, ever-changing science essential for city planning, security, and even medicine. Researchers were perpetually studying dinosaur genomes, looking for ancient cures and secrets within their blood. The calendar system was built not on solar cycles, but on the migratory patterns of the great herbivore herds. The season of thunder marked the time when the great herds of Apatosaurus passed through the plains, a period of both danger and opportunity for those who lived near the wildlands. Currency in some regions was even based on the trade of rare dinosaur scales and perfectly preserved fossils, symbols of both wealth and power. Language itself was enriched by the presence of dinosaurs. Saurian names were given to constellations, cities, and even emotions. To be Ankylosaurian was to be stubborn and unmovable, while a T-Rex heart was a term of a ruthless leader. This world was a testament to a profound truth. Humanity's story was not its own. It was a chapter in a much, much grander tale, constantly shaped by the presence of a magnificent and dangerous past that never died.